Damn. It's insane to see. What's going on, everybody? It's Alpha Channel here, and yes, we're back playing some XDefiant. And I wanted to make this video because I wanted to speak about what's going on with XDefiant and pretty much what my take is. For those that don't know, XDefiant is shutting down, as you can see this message here. Also, we have received word from Mark Rubin himself and everything about XDefiant, and it's a gut punch for the whole community and everything. But before we go further into this, if you guys do like the content, make sure to like the video and subscribe. Also, comment down below what you guys think about the whole situation. And I know there's a lot of people that are just excited that this game is dying out, and then there's a lot of people that are pretty upset about this game ending. I'm one of the people that are pretty upset about this game. Like, honestly, this game did no harm to anybody, really. So I don't know why there was so much hate that was being thrown at this game. People calling it the COD killer when clearly it wasn't, just because it was competing in the same market as Call of Duty that's considered a COD killer. Honestly, what I think it was, why people were calling it a COD killer, because people that are die-hard Call of Duty fans saw XDefiant as a threat because they saw how much fun people had and didn't have the SBMM in there, pretty much. Ooh, we're about to get some Rockefeller. Let's get some Rockefeller in here. I don't even know what gun I want to use. Also, another thing I want to say about this is, since this game insta setting, they gave us all the camos. So I know a lot of people are pretty pissed off that they got Pyroclastic all the way and they just gave it to everybody for free. It's even to the point where the stuff in the closed alphas and stuff that we earned, like, we got too. So let's go with the MP5. Just for old time's sake, let's see what we got here. Okay. Yeah, just for old time's sake. But yeah, it is insane to see just like how people are just losing their minds about, like, I mean, in a great way. It's crazy to see like how people were just so happy, so ecstatic that the game is dying. And I'm like, this is the weirdest thing ever. This up. Get the point, guys. Get the point. Get that point. Let's throw that in there. Moved it. Oh shit. Yeah, it's just it's just insane to see, like, people are just excited about games being killed off, and it's just like the game was just wanting to thrive, just be all right. But like, apparently if Call of Duty has to be the one and only game, it's just the weirdest thing ever, because then you got the games being too relaxed, I guess you would say. And when you have a game that's way too relaxed, then you got complaints where people are saying, whoa, SBMM is going to be a problem, and then all this other crap that's going to be happening. And people just don't understand that. People just want Call of Duty to be its one and only thing, like its only main source of an FPS game, which I don't believe should be right. You know, it should not be the only thing. Like, think about this. Put it this way. If Warzone was competing against Fortnite, which, I mean, it is, but then what happens to Warzone is, like, it gets shut down, and people playing Fortnite were like so happy, so ecstatic that the game is dead, and you're stuck with Fortnite with building the whole time. Let's just say that zero build wasn't there yet, but you're stuck with that. Nobody would be happy about that. People would be so sick and tired of people building freaking mansions and freaking fortresses like Fort Knox and everything like that in Fortnite. You'd want to have something different. So I don't understand why the game would be why having another type of game would be, you know, an issue. That's something like I never understood. And I'm actually happy that, you know, XDefiant came out, because how did the game come to be? And it was about just wanting to have fun and have the old school Call of Duty feeling. That's why I really appreciate that Mark decided about this game. Really did. He was the one that helped produce all the good Call of Duties, pretty much. Like, all the good Call of Duties that came out, like Call of Duty 4, Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3. I believe it was Infinite Warfare when it came out. That one was, I believe, his last one, and then that was it. I see. I think the problem, what happened with XDefiant, honestly, is when it comes to the game, I think what it was is there was too many promises, but They just weren't delivered in time. I think it was like overcompensating, let me put it that way. And the reason why I say like I think it's like kind of like a overcompensating type of feeling to it is because they were talking about having search and destroy, which was bomb mode. They were talking about having the private matches. They were talking about having prestige mode, ranked, and everything like that. Ranked did come out in season 1, just like how it said on the roadmap, but then on I believe season 3 was supposed to be private matches, but there was not much traction that was being gained in XDefiant. So what happened was they decided to bring it in early, especially based on requests from the whole community, so we can start doing our, private matches, tournaments, type of things like that, because that's what a lot of people were waiting for. They were waiting to get into the competitive market for XDefiant, where we can start doing our little events and everything, like people used to do with Call of Duty. But in between having those major updates of having those in the game, those major features, there was still a lack of content that was being put into the game. Yeah, we did receive a few bundles and skins, which are cool, and it's nice to have in a free-to-play game that you can buy, which helps supports the game. But the downside is when a bundle would come out, a brand new one, you'd wait probably a week, and then that bundle gets broken up inside the store, so then you can just purchase either the character skin or you can purchase the weapon skin and then go on your merry way. It didn't feel like it was a limited time or a special time to have that. I will say for sure one of the issues was the weapon leveling, because before with the weapon leveling, it used to be with these 3, it used to be once you get to 50 you got bronze, once you got to 75 you had silver, and then gold was 100. But then they had that update that happened where they changed it to 100, 150, and 200, but they didn't change the weapon XP. And when that happened, it took forever to grind this, and it got very inconsistent, and it made a lot of people mad. Some people left, obviously, but they did address the issue. They found out like, hey, not many people are going for the camos. People are getting fed up with using the same gun over and over and over again and grinding to get these weapons or to get the camos because they're not getting enough XP. So that's when they did the update to change, saying that if you are using a primary weapon, it only takes 1500 XP to get it. And then for secondaries, like your pistol, was only 500 points, which I think is really cool. Where it really got me when it came to having these masteries is when they introduced the titanium in season 2. As you can see here, it goes from, it's at 200, but then when you get to titanium violet, it's 300. It's a whole 100 levels of just pure nothingness. And this is something that myself and the community have been addressing when it comes to the mastery camos, to have something in the middle, like even if it was just like a basic titanium, like a silver titanium color, to kind of introduce like the next category of masteries would be really cool. But that didn't happen, and some people were just fed up with it. Some people did power through it and try to go and get the titanium set done, but some people were just like, hey, that's it, I'm done with it. And I understand where Ubisoft or where XDefiant team is coming from with this, because this, if you really want to get the full-on mastery where it says maxed out and everything, like you got to put in the time, you got to put in the grind for it. Obviously, you can't pay for the skins, which is good. I love that. But it's just, it was very inconsistent. That's the issue. Another issue that people were talking about were the sniper rifles. Yes, I agree. The sniper rifles were a bit annoying when you were lighting up somebody and you still got picked off with one shot. So then they added the flinching in there. But the flinching was so ridiculous that people would just altogether stop using sniper rifles. It was the least used weapon or genre in XDefiant, which sucks because a lot of people love that satisfying feeling of popping off that one shot. This game, if you miss your shot, it is unforgiving because you don't have rechambering speed or anything like that. Some of the weapons, hell, you don't even have reloading speed. Let's try it. Let's go with the TAC 50. But yeah, it was a pain in the ass. And I know they were trying to fix it. They lowered the flinching down from their latest update. They were lowering down the flinching, which was pretty cool. They brought it to where it's like, oh, if you're at a distance, it doesn't like hit as hard, which I thought was really cool. See? That where it's like, it takes a long time just to get the shot off. I was always trying to understand the hit boxes with this, like the actual like full-on kills. It was actually pretty tough because you would hit somebody. Oh, yep, like the desync there. Like you would hit somebody and you would think like you got him, but you didn't. Like sometimes you hit him, like you'll think you hit him in the chest, you hit him in the shoulder, like that. There is a little bit of desync, which is the next thing I want to talk about. Desync was a problem. I will say that. The netcode, desync was a huge problem. But here's the thing. Every multiplayer game, and you could try to fight it all you want, every multiplayer game has netcode issues. Even your favorite Call of Duty, it has netcode issues. I could say that many times because Modern Warfare 2, I used to be a huge DMZ player. I used to. I can't get this off my face. And what happened? Got hit with dev errors, everything. You guys remember those dev errors, the ones that people lost all their stuff, they lost all their loot, people lost matches. How'd that not? Okay, there we go. People lost all their stuff and people were pissed off about it. I was too. It got to the point where I quit DMZ until they fixed it. But guess what? It never got fixed. And that's the complete cycle that happens with Call of Duty. They'll work on the game. That's currently out, I guess you would say. And then afterwards, when the next Call of Duty comes out, they don't want to mess with it anymore. They just leave it as it is. It can be a very busted, infested with cheaters. They won't care. They're just like, you know, we don't give a damn about it. Really don't. What for is this? I don't like it. Okay, I kind of like it.
Missions in jeopardy.
Wait, somehow that dude still had his back turned to me. Again, netcode. But yeah, people were so fed up. They were like, that's it. I'm done. And I'm like, that's not right.
Activating sonar.
What? It's a 2-shot? I didn't know that. It was a 2-shot. I thought the pistol was 1-shot kill. Desync and netcode was an issue with every game. It happens, but it gets fixed over time. And that's what happened in XDefiant. Even in the patch updates, they are saying like, oh, they have done this with the netcode. They have done this with the netcode. It got to the point where if you actually go on to Nightfall's video, shout out to him, there was actually some devs that said they fixed it and it was ready to go for season 3. We were on season 2, about to get to season 3, and the netcode was good to go. They found out it was actually a code inside the game that was causing the issues for the desync, which I'm like, oh, that's very interesting. So yeah, I mean, it was just insane to see like what is behind the scenes that has been, you know, that has been brewing up that a lot of people were upset about. But it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, it's been roughly 6 months, but there has been a lot of things that have been coming up. Season 3 was supposed to be like the breaking point for this game, where it's like we would see like the full potential of the game. A lot of people talk about this one and I completely understand. I'm playing on PC right now. So big issue was the whole thing with Steam where they should have launched it on there, but I believe it was going to happen later on, because if you look at Star Wars Outlaws and if you look at Skull and Bones, those 2 games, they finally released on Steam. At first they were on the Ubisoft Connect and then they went on to Steam. Are the numbers better for those games? Probably not, but still. And the other thing is, it was a bad idea to not put it on Steam like after season 1 or like when season 1 pops off, because most of your player base plays on Steam. And I understand people are still going to be mad that, you know, they're gonna have to make a Ubisoft Connect, you know, account and everything like that to play the game. But I have a workaround with that. I know they want the numbers, so they're not going to listen to this, but why not just put the rewards like from Ubisoft Connect here, like having these rewards and everything, have it only if you have a Ubisoft Connect account. So that's the incentive. But if not, play it on Steam and just ignore these rewards and just play the game. You'll still have your player numbers. On top of that, you might have some people that convert over to, you know, wanting to get these rewards. The next big thing would be what happened to it. What was the decision for it to close? It's pretty simple. Ubisoft was bleeding money. Like a lot. They had 2 games that didn't do well. And I'm just saying this because, I mean, even though I'm a Ubisoft partner, thank you so much, Ubisoft, but there's 2 games that didn't do well. Star Wars Outlaws and Skull and Bones. Skull and Bones people know because the developer said it's the first quadruple A game, and it turned out the way how it did. Yes, the game is still being updated, but there's not that many players playing the game. If you actually look on Steam DB right now, I believe it's a few hundred players playing the game. Now, I don't know if that's just a tiny fraction or if that's just the entire player base, because the game first came out on the Ubisoft Connect launcher. So now the issue with the Ubisoft Connect launcher is that we don't know the player numbers. It's not live. We can't see who's playing the game right now, who's online, or what was the highest player count ever for the game, just like how Steam DB is. So it was weird to see that with those player numbers, Skull and Bones and Star Wars Outlaws is still going, but then they decide to cut XDefiant out. I also thought it was kind of weird because the studio shutting down and everything, a lot of the developers were like very surprised of what was happening. Like even some of the developers were tweeting out that they were notified the day before or the day of the closure of the studio, which I believe is really, really weird. And a lot of people are saying, whoa, Mark Rubin and the team lied to us. When honestly, I don't think it was they're doing. It seemed like they were blindsided as well. Like, I firmly believe that they were blindsided. Last thing is, I want to show you guys something. So Ubisoft has something called the Ubisoft Winter Challenge, right? On the 3rd was when XDefiant was shut down. Here's the crazy thing. This challenge started on December 5th and goes until the 16th. It's join the Winter Challenge, participate in the community challenges on Rainbow Six Siege, the Crew, Motorfest, and XDefiant to win rewards. Register and participate now from December 5th to December 16th. And you register, and basically you're just doing these challenges. You do the challenge, and if you complete the challenge, then you get like some rewards and stuff like that. So here's my thing. If XDefiant knew they were going to shut down weeks ago, why would this be up? Why would XDefiant be here? Why wouldn't it be like Division 2? Why wouldn't it be another Ubisoft game? Why would it be XDefiant? Hell, why isn't it Skull and Bones? Sailing across the sea, like why is this game up here? And that's the thing. I feel like they just immediately got yanked. Like they just like kinked the whole thing. So that's why I think it's Ubisoft's bidding that did this. And I feel bad for, like I said, I feel bad for all the developers and everything because they are out of a job. Yeah, some of them did move to other projects, but out of, was it the 3 studios, one that they're slimming down, the other 2 that they're closing, which is Osaka and San Francisco, they don't have a job anymore, which really sucks. And it's about to be Christmas too, which is even worse. So my thing is, I just wish that Ubisoft really saw the potential in this. Like, I wish that the money that went from Skull and Bones, that money should went over to XDefiant just to pull out some more support. And because that didn't happen, the marketing didn't happen, it was for a good reason, because they wanted to work on the game and improve the game before having more eyes on it and having more complaints. And I understand, I know the next thing that people are going to ask, well, if they fixed the game when it first came out, we wouldn't have this issue. That is true. But look at how much hype and how much demand there was to have this game come out. I mean, you had people from Call of Duty, you had people like Jev, they're like, the game is fine, put it out there. Just put it out there. Not calling Jev out, but I'm saying a lot of people were excited about it. I was excited about it. I was like, yeah, just put the game out. It was fine. Like, put it out. And because of that, we got a pretty much unfinished game. It still played fun. Like, for me, it was fun to play, but it didn't feel polished. It didn't feel finished to a lot of people. And that's also resulting in why they left. But here's the thing. I don't want to end on a bad note. I want to end on a good note with this game. I will say this. A lot of people are going to say that all the Call of Duty heads out there are like, oh, Call of Duty killed XDefiant. I want to say that. I say that Ubisoft killed XDefiant, not giving it a chance, not giving it a full potential. Now, the thing I will say is this, is that XDefiant was a threat to Call of Duty. Because remember, it was between Modern Warfare 3 going into BO6. At that time, Modern Warfare 3 wasn't really getting much love on multiplayer. It was all that whole Warzone and stuff. People were having, like, they were getting all the love and everything. Multiplayer didn't get anything. People from multiplayer on Call of Duty went over to XDefiant, found out there's no SBMM, was playing it. Most of them had a good time. Then Black Ops 6 came out. People went to play Black Ops 6. Brand new game, totally fine. It happens. But some people returned back to XDefiant because of the intensive SBMM that they had. If Black Ops 6 didn't improve their multiplayer in some sort of way or fashion, I believe they would have lost to XDefiant. In multiplayer itself, Warzone, that's its own thing, which I keep fighting everybody on it because you can't compare a battle royale to an arena shooter. That's like having Rainbow Six compete against Fortnite. Doesn't make sense. It's not in the same genre. Yeah, it's under one title of a game, but we're talking about what they would actually be competing for. And right now, even though XDefiant is shutting down, there's a lot of stuff going on in BO6. Ranked is like cheaters galore that's going on right now. I've seen the tweets where people are upset about all of that. Another thing is, Mark Rubin has really affected this community, especially with just being transparent. The whole players first mentality, I love that. That is something that we haven't seen in a very, very long time. Other game studios are trying to portray that, but we can just see right through it. Like, they're just like, oh, it's just so we can get more player numbers. He was like, no matter what, he didn't only inform us about stuff, but he gave us troubleshooting advice, verifying files. Also, you even have him promoting content creators, XDefiant content creators and everything. And he even talks about it. It is amazing. When was the last time you saw an executive producer or any game do that? And I'm not talking about, oh, they have to be like the biggest creator ever on the platform. I'm talking about even the smallest ones. This is what's really awesome that I really enjoyed about playing Mark's game. And I know the last thing that people are going to say is this, because I know it's been an issue when it comes in the game industry. A lot of developers don't play games. It's not made by gamers for gamers, but this one I believe it was, because you had 2 ex Call of Duty pros. You had Aches, and then also you had Pac-Man, who were putting their all into this game. what it seems like. It's just unfortunate to see that this game has to sunset, but it is going out on a W because anybody that has purchased the Founders Pack, or I would say invested in the Founders Pack, is getting fully refunded within the 8 weeks. And also, if you purchased anything in the store within the 30 days, or in the past 30 days, I would say, you are going to get refunded that as well. That's what they are saying. That is their word. So I'm sad about it. Like, this was like almost a week ago, and I'm still pretty torn about it. I'm just gonna keep playing the game. You guys will see me on stream playing it, and also I'll be doing some more videos. I'm gonna go ahead and revert back to the way how I used to do the recording of videos, playing the game, showing off some skins of the game, or of the guns and the characters, doing some matches and everything like that, and then we're just gonna upload it right there and then. Okay, and if you guys still have the game and it's still registered and everything, feel free to hop in. We'll play some games, have some fun, make some content out of it until it sunsets, pretty much. Because for me, I love this game and I will ride until the wheels fall off. I'll play it until it is no more. Last day is going to be interesting because I know a lot of people are like going to clinch on so much for this game. So that is it for me, guys. I appreciate it. It's Alphachino, and I will see you guys next time. All right, peace.